I was a happy mother during the 70s. My daughter, Lizzie, Fox's mother, was a very easy toddler. She was bright, sweet-tempered, and happy. Lizzie and her brother were on very routine schedules when they were real young. Meals, naps, playtime, baths, bedtimes, very regimented. Time moved slower. Everybody wasn't so involved with so many things to do, and we listened. We talk much faster now, and we have a hard time listening.
My name is Elizabeth Player Young, and Fox Leo Young is our little boy. He's 15 months old. The thing for me that sucks about parenting in 2019 is that I have to work full time, and his dad has to work full time. And so I don't see him 9 of the waking hours of his day. But with the technology, I get photos and little videos and updates. And he'll be able to do that for us when he's out and about. He can connect with us from anywhere, anytime. And it won't be, oh, I hope he can find a payphone.
Telephones were all landlines, and they were hung on a wall, set on a desk or a table. Some were push button, or my favorite, the rotary. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. I love that.
He listens to a lot of the same albums that I listened to when I was a kid, but of course he listens to them on my old iPad. We just had the vinyl.
I played music a lot when Lizzie was Fox's age. I played folk, rock and roll, and it's true, disco. I love disco.
If I need help, I can get help at the drop of a hat. I can call anyone, anywhere, anytime if I need help. If, I think he swallowed a marble, I can get on the internet, I can look up answers. And, if he's sad and we're driving and we're really far away from everything and there's nothing I can do, I can pull up Sesame Street on my phone and he's happy. The other hard thing is science has told us now, at his age, he's 15 months old now, he's not supposed to have any screen time, like 0. And he loves that stuff. And it gives Mom a chance to do dishes, and it gives Mom a chance to fold laundry. We didn't know that when I was a kid.
40 years ago, yay, TV was a babysitter. And some of the children's programs were somewhat educational. Example, Sesame Street, Mr. Rogers, The Electric Company. And we did use the TV programs for kids as babysitters. Lizzie loved watching TV as a toddler, and to be honest, I was more concerned with her sitting too close to the TV and it damaging her eyes than I was the amount of time she was watching TV. I know. Now, my year-old grandson, Fox, plays games on his parents' cell phones. He can turn on his dad's computer, and he can work the TV remote to locate his children's programs, which his grandfather and I cannot do. So when we're babysitting him, we just hand him the remote and let him do it.
Right now, where I am in control of what he's watching, and it is educational, when he's on the internet and free to surf, God knows, then I'm terrified for what he will find. But I don't want it to be like, you aren't allowed to touch a phone until you're 15. Because number one, I can't really control that. The library has computers. And his friends have computers, and his friends will have phones, and his friends will have whatever the newest technology is.
In the 70s, there were no computers in homes. For information or help concerning something to do with parenting or a toddler, I had a paperback book of Dr. Spock, basically the only children's go-to book, and a phone call to our pediatrician or a grandma. With the technology that's available and progress that's been made in the last 40 years concerning parenting, help, answers to questions, and information is a minute away on a laptop. I think that's amazing.
The good thing is, you know, parents with transgender kids have been able to find each other and support each other and help those kids go through something that 15 years ago, how would you have found help? And now they find each other. But that's also the same way that angry white boys find each other and think they're getting a raw deal for some reason. Because we love television, we love the internet, we love our computers, we love our phones. And when we realized we were having a baby, we talked about it. Who's gonna have the porn conversation with him? Who's gonna talk to him about maybe you're depressed and maybe you feel angry about the girl that dumped you, but that doesn't mean you need to join some men's rights group and say that all women are terrible because they didn't like you. So the very first thing we knew about him was that he's a boy. And of course, I'm very aware that I'm white, very aware that I married a white guy. So I'm like, this weighs on me heavily that I'm putting a white male out there into the world and I need him to be one of the good ones. I need him to be a feminist. I need him to, you know, fight the misogyny that is all over the internet. You know, if he decides he wants to be a gamer like Dad, how does he be a gamer without falling into that massive misogynist hole that so many of them live in? And how does he not abuse his white privilege? Yeah, who's gonna have that talk about what it's okay to look at and what you don't need to put in your brain? And so far, you know, we haven't had to have those conversations, but we know they're out there because this is the world we're living in.